Dun, dun, bum, bum, pew, doo, pew, doo, pew, doo, doo. Let's go live. Let's go live. Yeah. Oh, all right. We're live. Oh. Guys, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I'm your boy, TheKempire, and you're watching the Kempire channel here on YouTube. We are also watching us on Facebook, TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter, and we're live behind the scenes on TikTok. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. Keep tapping your screens. And for those of you that are watching us on YouTube or Facebook, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. You know, every once in a while, sometimes we talk about Love is Blind during our Tuesday takeover, which will be happening tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. PST. Or sometimes we do our own ultimate recap of just talk. Okay, first of all, there are so many episodes to talk about. The reunion was episode 13. So we're not going to go through the nitty gritty. I'm just going to share all of my thoughts, everything that I remember, and I'm going to give you all an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts as well. But I'll start off by saying this, superb. Yeah. And you know, I'm not a huge fan of the dating, love, shows and things like that. I'm not a big fan. However, there's something about the way Netflix does these dating shows that keeps people interested. Let's first start off. First of all, like the video. Let me know where you're watching from. Let's get into a countdown so the notifications can go out to the notification squad. And then we have to talk about this reunion. Woo, 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 Netflix. Woo, woo, woo. What a mess. All right, let's get into a countdown and I'll be right back.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead. Just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up. Cool.
A lot of you already have very strong opinions about Love is Blind. It has to be, first of all, I'm always dumbfounded because it feels like Love is Blind, the seasons come out not a year later, right? Because season 3, when did that come out? At least it doesn't feel like it was a year later. The fact that these couples have been together at least a year, it's interesting to me. But it also makes me feel better at the reunion when they're still together. You know what I mean? Because it kind of like, okay, they haven't been filming for a year. They've been living together, thriving together. We actually had more couples this time around, right? More couples this time around that actually, said I do. Spoiler alert for those that haven't watched it yet. I spent at least the long weekend. Luckily, my hand was up, acting up. I really could not leave the house, okay? It's feeling a little better, So let's first start off with this. So last night, there was supposed to be the Love is Blind reunion, but the universe was looking out for me because I was literally, when the reunion was supposed to start at 8 p.m. Eastern, I was on the finale. And I was like, oh my God, I wanted to go live with you guys on TikTok to watch it together, but I was behind. So I was kind of like, okay, it's delayed. First it was delayed 15 minutes. Then it was delayed even longer. And then Netflix put out a statement. What was their statement again? I can't remember. Basically, technical difficulties, we're sorry. I know you all try to, make time for this moment, but we will be posting it as soon as humanly possible. Here's the thing. I feel bad for Netflix because, and I'm not sure if this falls on Netflix or the production of Love is Blind. Because there's two different things. You have the streaming platform, Netflix, and then you have the production that produces the show. I'm assuming this more had to do with production, but because it's on Netflix, Netflix gets the brunt of it. And okay. Bravo, 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 effing bravo. Why did Bravo had to get into this whole situation and with the tweet? And they weren't the only ones. I know some other people, other networks also had their thoughts, okay? But Bravo, because we report on a lot of different Bravo reality shows. Bravo says, we would never keep you waiting for a reunion. Someone posted, Netflix did say love is late, as in Love is Blind is late. Here's the thing. I give people grace because as someone that does a live show, who is the producer, engineer, and host, okay, it's not the same lights, camera, action, but it's almost that. But you all have been, if you've been here with me for a while now, even our live shows, technology is not 100% reliable. I mean, for the most part, it is. However, look, whoa, Netflix, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. It happens. Things happen. It's technology. Mercury's in retrograde at the end of this week. It worked out better for me. However, it did delay our live today. We were supposed to be live at 5:30, but I had a Latasha Scott story I had to do, and I still had to watch the reunion. So I just finished watching the Love is Blind Season 4 reunion. So we had that little hiccup yesterday for Netflix. It's okay, Netflix. I forgive you. I forgive you. It is what it is. Things happen. I know the audience is not so forgiving, but I forgive you. If it means anything, I forgive them. Chastity says someone lost their job today. I hope not. We don't know exactly what happened though. Was it a technical snafu? Did someone forget to pay the Zoom bill? What happened? I want to know. Anyone else? I just want to know what happened. They didn't give us a reasoning. At least I haven't seen a reasoning at this point. I will have you guys call in and maybe you saw the reasoning for this whole situation. I didn't see the reasoning. It was tech. Oh, pretties. Patricia says it was the tech. $1 billion company, and we're still going. Look, don't let me talk too soon though. But they're not used to doing live shows. They've been doing it recently. Like they did it with the Chris Rock special. So they wanted to have a live reunion. Some of you are like, why even do a live reunion? I did like the live audience, right? I like the live audience because they were booing for us. They were laughing for us. They were clapping for us. I like the live audience. Anyone else? Mahogany says they weren't ready. Poor thing. Trina says a lot of you are wanting some money back. I'm not going to ask for any money back, Netflix. They do give us a lot of quality content, though. Let's be honest. And when I say quality, it's entertaining for us, not necessarily quality. It's not, PBS. All right. So we had that little snafu. I'm going to talk a little bit about the reunion, but I just want to say this because, we are very critical of Andy Cohen and how he hosts his shows and da-da-da-da. And I wasn't sure. I've never really been a big fan of Nick and Vanessa as the hosts of Love is Blind. However, I do like them in the position for the reunion, especially this reunion, right? Anyone else? I felt like they did their job in this reunion. They were forceful. They asked the questions. They talked about what played out on social media. They asked the follow-up questions that we needed. We did not need that Zoom interview with Vanessa and Jackie and Josh. They could have saved that. Why didn't they come? Were they not invited? One thing I will give them, Jackie and Josh have been together for a year now. So that, for me, that makes a big difference. Yes, Chastity says the live audience dragged Irina. So I'm happy for that. Okay, where do we even begin? First, let me just introduce you to our cast for Love is Blind Season 4. If you're just joining us, we don't always do a separate live for Love is Blind. Sometimes we just add it to our Tuesday Takeover where we cover a variety of reality TV shows. So it says, no, Kempire, you're the only one. In regards to Vanessa and Nick, look, I get it. Look, I get it. All right. Let's just take a look at our cast. First of all, well, this wasn't lost on me. This was not lost on me when you guys, when they were not working, when their system wasn't working, Netflix, someone commented this because you saw at the end in the season finale, Brett said this about his suit pants. This should be a day of no surprises. It should be a day of planning. So everyone's been using this against Netflix. Oh, Brett. We will get to Brett in a second. All right. If you guys are just joining us, we're talking about Love is Blind Season 4. Don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but your channel as well. And don't forget to subscribe. Today I think I left it open for everyone, because maybe you're new to the channel. Maybe you know what we cover here. So we've left the chat on YouTube open. But shout out to all of you for being here. Sarah says Vanessa was horrible, insensitive, asking people about children. I get it. Look, I get it. Look, Sweet Girl says Vanessa was a terrible host. All right. I guess I was the only one. I just felt like where there were moments where I felt like there needs to be a follow-up question, let's get that follow-up question. But okay, everyone has a right to their opinion. We can disagree. All right. Let's get to this cast, though. So this is our cast, and I cannot believe that I even know the names. Can y'all believe I know these names? I know the names. Every single one. Well, hold on. Look. Back to this. Hold on. Okay. Top, Tiffany, Bliss, Chelsea, Micah, Jackie. Bottom, Brett, Zach, Alex, Kwame, Paul, and Marshall. Okay, look at me remembering the names. Come on, elephant brain. All right. So, where do we begin? I have to say, did you guys notice the little changes that they made to Love is Blind this season? There were little minor changes. They're showing us a little bit more about the process, certain things that we haven't seen before, if I recall. So I can appreciate the show is evolving. We still have those golden cups so that we don't know what's going on. Okay? In regards to the editing. Oh my God. I don't even know. Who should I begin with? You know what? I'm going to begin with Jackie and Marshall. I'll begin with Jackie and Marshall because I already knew from the beginning that this relationship wasn't going to work. And I think the reason why I knew this was because, first off, I did see some of the little things happening on social media before I even started watching. But I also knew that it wasn't going to work for these two because I felt like Jackie kept on saying that Marshall's the guy that she should be with. And anytime someone starts off like that, I'm already saying, so this is not the typical guy that you go for. You ready? First of all, I got very emotionally immature, but we have to remember some of these folks are in their early to mid 20s. All right, some of them. So I already kind of knew at the beginning that this wasn't going to work. I don't like her, the way she spoke to. I always kind of looked at her like, I don't know about this one. I don't know how I feel about Jackie. I don't even know how to describe what I feel about Jackie. Those little things that she would say, like boss up and things like, I'm like, you're not even a boss. I feel like she thought she was, maybe she thought she was a hot commodity. But I already knew that this whole situation with Marshall was not going to work. I already knew it. He's a highly sensitive guy, highly mature, and she was the complete opposite. And I was like, this is not going to work. And sometimes opposites attract, but I do feel as if Jackie still had some growing to do. But she kept on saying, oh, like this is the guy that I should be with. But she was still talking to Josh. So she was in between the two. But to me, Josh and Jackie deserve each other. They deserve each other. They're very similar personalities. I think that relationship, like a lot of relationships, no offense, it's okay if it works for you. Some people value looks over anything else. So for me, it was like, She said as soon as she saw Josh, she was immediately attracted. Some of these folks should never be on a show like Love is Blind. If you're on a show that is Love is Blind, this is part of the reason, producers, I get it, you're trying to skew younger so younger people will watch this show. But if you're really trying to get people that are serious, get them in their mid to late 30s, 40s. Because those people have been through all of the dating. They're sick and tired. They've tried everything. And then this should be like their last resort. Now I'm ready to get married, but I have not been able to find that person. And I think it's part of the reason why we get success with like a Brett and Tiffany, because they're in their mid 30s. They've tried, they've dated, they're mature. Let's talk about Brett and Tiffany. I would say they were my favorite couple, but they were so consistent from the very beginning that they were my favorite couple out of anything. However, I have another favorite couple. I'll talk about them in a second. But they're like my favorite couple of the show. So Brett and Tiffany, I love them from the beginning. I didn't see, we had little bumps in the road, but I felt like, no, they're going to stick it out. They're going to make it. I love his story. I love her story. But I love his story. First of all, y'all know, do y'all know I love shoes, sneakers? I just can't wear any old sneaker. That's the only thing. Or shoe. So seeing his collection of shoes, hearing his story, how he became a designer for Nike, and then him showing off all of his Nikes. And then I was like, come on, Brett. And let Tiffany be the example for a lot of you women. Look, hear me out, because I have a lot of female friends that have this, oh, he has to have a certain education, he has to have this, he has to have... When you hit a certain age, you better reassess your list. Especially in this day and age. In this day and age, education, I love an educated person, don't get me wrong. But it's not, I don't feel like it's the same weight anymore as it used to be. Because a lot of people nowadays are entrepreneurs making a ton of money and doing well for themselves outside of getting the education. And Brett is a perfect example of that. And I love that Tiffany said, normally I would have probably been turned off the fact that he did not, have the education. But you know what he did have? The drive, the determination, the professionalism. That's why he's where he is. But I have a Jamaican parent, so you got to get the education. Someone says, Kep, I hope you're not talking to me now. I'm talking to everyone. Reassess your list. If you've been single and you reached a point of frustration, reassess your list. This is what the psychology degree that I have. This is what I love about reality TV and why I've always been fascinated with reality TV. It's shows like this just kind of picking at people's brains and mentalities. And hence why I feel like they should skew older with the people they bring on this show. But I get it. For TV purposes, they want to skew younger. However, well, Netflix doesn't rely on advertising. So it's a little different. Kayla says, Josh is not attractive to me. He looks better in pictures, but not in person. It's like, He looks like someone I know. I can't remember who, though. But it also doesn't seem like there's much depth to Josh. But there isn't any depth to Jackie. This is why they deserve each other. Marshall had way too much depth for her. I already knew. I was like, this is not going to work because it was just too different. She has no depth. He has a lot of depth. However, I can see how too much depth sometimes when you just want to have fun and just have a good time, or you want a man that's going to throw you around. That's not Marshall. However, don't assume what you see on television or what you see in a person. Oh, they're all sweet and kind. Oh no, those be the freaks. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that Marshall is not going to throw you around. That's what I'm just saying. It's too late. Oh, this is perfect time for Kempire After Dark. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right. All right. So, what was I talking about? All right, let me get back to this cast of folks. Guys, we just joined us. We're talking about Love is Blind season 4 because Love is Blind is happening right now. Don't forget Mother's Day is right around the corner as well, guys. And we always got to remind you. Hold on. Hold on. What am I doing? Always got to remind you about Rose Forever, one of our sponsors of the show. Hold on. Where's my stuff? I can't find anything here. Oh, here we go. Don't forget, Rose Forever is one of our sponsors of the show. Mother's Day is around the corner, or maybe you just want some beautiful flowers for spring. Their prices are fantastic. You can also get $25 off when you use the discount code Kempire25. Kempire25 will get you $25 off this Mother's Day. And of course, if you're just getting something for yourself. All right. So back to this. All right. Let me take a sip. We will get back to Jackie and Marshall in a second. All right. Who do I want to talk about next? All right. We talked about Brett and Tiffany. As you already know, spoiler alert, they do make it to the end and they're still together. And I think they're going to be together. I loved their story, their separate stories and how they came together. And I really wasn't worried for them. But you just never know. Like we see with Paul and Micah. So, Micah had a choice between Paul and Alex Kwame. All right. She had a choice between them. And I have to say, I was really surprised when Kwame said yes, because I was almost 100% sure that Kwame was going to say no. Anyone else? I was almost 100% sure that Kwame was going to say no. And I was like, you are a fool if you say no. Because I feel as if she is fantastic. Chelsea is so good. And I love how she just embraced him and his family. I really liked Chelsea, but I really disliked Micah. And I wasn't surprised that Micah and Irina were friends. And look, Micah, you saw how Irina was ready to go take your man. They were like the little mean girls in the women's quarters. I didn't like them. They were laughing at Jackie when she was crying. But Kwame's reaction after Micah broke up with him, I was like, and then his behavior afterwards, I was pretty sure he was going to say no. Because he kept on making a big deal about, I'm moving my life and da-da-da. I have to say the reunion maybe get a little bit more clear on the situation. And look, a year later, they're still together. So I was happy. Exactly. T. Rogers says Kwame cleared his name, and him and Chelsea are good, which made me happy because I like Chelsea a lot. I just liked her energy. She seemed mature. She was very different than Micah. And honestly, if Kwame and Micah ended up together, I think they wouldn't have made it to the altar, but they wouldn't be married. I think he chose the right person. Sidebar: did you guys see at the end during the reunion they showed their apartment in Seattle? Oh, I was like, y'all living nice over there. But look, again, he points this out during the reunion that you guys are seeing 1% of what's filmed. But based on what we saw, it seemed like Kwame was not going to say yes. I'm glad that he did. I'm glad that, because I just prefer Chelsea. If he had to choose between the two, I prefer Chelsea. She just seemed like a cool girl. You know what I mean? In my opinion, based off what we saw on the show, the 1% of what we saw on the show. I really felt as if that wedding was the most shocking for me. That was the most shocking for me. Hold on, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Megan says Chelsea is beautiful inside out, and Micah's friends were so rude. I couldn't stand them. That part too. I wonder if the friends were part of the reason why Paul decided to be like, yeah, I'm not marrying her. No. And I knew that there had to be more to the Paul and Micah situation because our boy, look, our boy Zach dropped the T. He said he heard from other ladies in the group some of the things that Micah was saying about Paul. I knew there had to be more. And I'm sure all the things that Zach heard, Zach told Paul. And I think that's the reason why Paul said no. And I think Micah noticed that he had changed, maybe once he found out that information about what she was saying to the group, and that she really wasn't feeling him like that, that's the reason why he decided to say no. And everyone was sort of like, why exactly is she telling him to go first? Because she knew the answer. She knew the answer, and she didn't want to look like a fool. But you still look like a fool, Micah. I mean, not as big as Irina. not a big fool like Irina. Let's talk about Irina. Guys, there's just so much to unpack in regards to 13 episodes, so I am doing my best. I am doing my best in regards to highlighting some of the things that stood out to me. All right? All right. Let's talk about Zach. First of all, when Zach, I teared up a few times. When Zach talks his talk, he has been, first of all, shout out to Zach, shout out to Brett, and shout out to not Kwame. Shout out to Marshall. The male vulnerability on this show this season was superb and such a perfect example of heterosexual men that I wish would show more. Okay. So Zach told a story about his mom, who was a stripper, how he had been rejected by other girlfriends because of the way he grew up, only for him to, defy all odds, become an attorney, be so well-spoken, to do all the things. And then for him during this reunion to make sense, because I was like, why did you pick Irina over Bliss? It was like clear as day for all of us, right? Like, you're choosing Irina over Bliss? And he was so brokenhearted when he did it. But when he broke it down on why he thinks that he did that, and he used shout out to Netflix. See, Bravo, you have a lot of talk, Bravo. You say a lot of stuff, Bravo. But you know what you don't do? You don't pay the royalties for the real music. We got to hear, I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, are we going to hear Leanne Womack's I Hope You Dance? And we did. They paid that money. Thank you, Netflix. And that's why we got to pay what we got to pay, y'all. They don't have advertisers. They rely on us. Just saying. So at the beginning, Zach breaks Bliss's heart. But we're watching this because remember, the guys and the girls, they can't see each other in what we see. But we see Irina for who she is, a mean girl, and then she just gets worse. Do you think she got better during the reunion? Do you forgive her? Look, do you forgive her after watching the reunion? The audience didn't. They were booing her. Oh, and then we met Bliss's family. Sorry, Bliss. I'm glad that Bliss and Bliss's dad, Zach and Bliss's dad are good and friendly, but that motherfucker's up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he is a. I did not expect that because Bliss is literally Bliss. She's more like her mom. Thank God for her mom. Thank God for her mom. But I get it. They're not together anymore, right? Bliss, your dad and mom they're not together anymore, right? I hope not. No. So, but Bliss's mom is from heaven. Her sisters are from heaven. But here's the thing. Zach's story was such a beautiful story. And every time he would bring it up to just kind of to give us more depth to what was going on and why he was making the decisions he was making, it made me love Zach. Zach is my favorite from the season. Zach and Bliss are my favorite couple outside of Brett and Tiffany, because we already knew from the beginning once they clicked, we were like, no, they're gonna make it. So outside of them, Bliss and Zach are my couple. Here's the thing though, we had a journey because Zach broke Bliss's heart in the pods. And then, look, and then Zach went off to Mexico with Irina. And then what we found out during the reunion, some of the things that she was saying. And here's the thing, Zach says in the reunion that you were just here for television. Of course she was. She's 25. And as soon as she saw him, she didn't want him anymore. She didn't want him anymore. And that's why I found it so, I was like, why did you choose Irina? Here's the thing though, and we all can learn a lesson from this. We all can learn a lesson from this situation. And this is what I hope, like when we watch these dating reality shows, like, don't you realize all of what you've been playing out and why you've been single for so long? Some of them, because some of them are 20, whatever. Why you've been single for so long is because of the choices that you've made throughout your life, and you're making those same choices within this process. And that's exactly what we saw Zach do. And I can see, and this is why I was kind of holding out hope for Jackie. She was trying to do things differently than what she used to do. However, she hasn't done the work within herself. Maiden Love says, she says, I'm not a fan of struggle love. Bliss can do better. Damn. Which, I appreciate people that share that, because I wasn't sure if Bliss was going to forgive him and come back. But I was so happy that at some point, because according to Zach, it was worse than what we saw. Like some of the things that she was saying and doing, he said it was bad with Irina. So I was glad that they ended things finally. She only went to Mexico so she could go on the trip and be on the show. Let's be honest, Irina. But I was so happy that he reached out to Bliss and Bliss was open to it. Because some people are like, I'm not second best. I'm not second best. I'm not doing this with you. Some people would have been done with him. But I'm glad that she wasn't. And that's the interesting thing about this whole process of Love is Blind. Do you believe that love is blind, y'all? I do. I like this process. Sidebar. So Kwame talking about using his name. Look, I can appreciate Kwame, and apparently, look, not us, but apparently social media were blasting him for not embracing his name, Kwame. So he talks about that during the reunion. But I get why he wanted to use like a generic name, because you're supposed to be doing a show called Love is Blind. And if you hear somebody's name, you come in and his name is Kwame, it's, look, come on. This is supposed to be Love is Blind. So you want to kind of keep it as blind as possible. But when was the last time you met a white man named Kwame? Thick brown leg says, my hubby says love is not blind. I say yes. I mean, for some people, it's not. Like Jackie, I don't think she could do a show like Love is Blind. She did it, but I don't think she should be on a show called Love is Blind. There are plenty of people that should not be on these shows, like Married at First Sight and things like that. There are plenty of people. Someone say, But a lot of people were slamming him. A lot of people were slamming him for, possibly not using his name. All right. Bree says love was not blind for Jackie and Irina. And you know what it is? Here's the thing. I'm giving people grace. I think people in their heads, a lot of people, including all of us. Oh, I got to save this. Let me save this because I want to address this because I somewhat agree. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Love is Blind Season 4. After the Netflix fiasco, we have finally seen the reunion. But if you're part of the replay crew, because some of you still have not watched the reunion because it didn't come on when it was supposed to, and some of you are just watching it today, be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Okay. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people, here, Elephant Brain's working. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people in life, and when they go on these reality shows, they swear that they are more evolved than they really are. And some people like, oh, looks are not that important to me until you're on a show like Love is Blind. And then you realize, oh, looks are more important to me, which is fine. I'm not going to shame anyone to saying that looks are more important, but I will tell you this, looks do fade. And if there isn't anything but looks, Jackie, Josh, that relationship will fade as well. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. And one thing I will tell you that I've learned in life, in my years of experience, is that attraction can be built too. Some of the people that you probably never would have looked at before, once you get to know them, you're like, wait a minute. Just saying. It's very possible. Audience, live chat, replay crew, those of you watching on TikTok, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important are looks to you? I know the majority of people watching right now are women. And for women, it really is lower on a scale. It's more so for men. It's more important for men. But I look, okay, wait a second. TikTok is giving me 6s and 5s. I'm seeing a lot of 6s on an 8. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wait. Made in LA. Hold on. Oh, wait. 7s. I'm seeing 7, 8s. Oh, and here I see a 6. Hold on. I want to read this. Made in LA says, you have to be attracted enough to want to kiss them on the mouth. Looks matter to some extent. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, especially if they got bad teeth, and I'm not kissing that mouth. All right, 6s, 7. So look, for some of you, it's very important. At least those of you that are in the live chat. Quentin, okay, we got a guy in here. Quentin says 6. I need to ask myself that question. I agree with you guys. It's up there for me. 6, 7. 6 maybe. Probably it's more than half for me. More than half. I got to be attracted. But look, some people's attraction, look, that's the thing. Everyone's attraction is very different. Very different. That's why I don't judge people when, I'm like, oh, well, that's what you're attracted to. Good for you. Just saying. T says, we have to have some type of attraction. It's true. It's true. Let me say thank you. We had a few super chats. Tina, thank you so much for the super chat. Tina says, I love Vanessa. She asked the right question. See? All right. See, look, some people didn't feel that way, but I did. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Nia says, I think Jackie didn't go because she knew they were going to eat her up. Especially Marshall. And I feel like it's unfortunate because, and luckily, Marshall had a little bit more, he was willing to kind of throw himself under the bus. But I feel like that story feels unfinished, but it's okay. We don't need to see Jackie again. But we know what that was. Sprung Sun, thank you so much for the super chat. Sprung Sun says, they should have Lauren and Cameron hosts. Look, I mean, of course, they're from season 1. They're OGs. I just found them to be a little thirsty, so I really I don't love them. I'm happy for them that it worked out for them. I love them during the season, but I just found them to be a little thirsty. Anyone else? Just saying. That was the last scientist that we had on the show, right? Shout out to Paul. All right. Very different. Tay Baby, thank you so much for the super chat. Tay Baby says, I cried like a baby watching the weddings, then teared up more watching Zach and Bliss on the reunion. Team them and Brett and Tiff. Best season yet. Oh, do you guys agree with Tay Baby? I do feel like this was a really good season for Love is Blind. Anyone else? AC says, red flag for Jackie. Marshall told her he loved her. She starts talking about Josh to him. Oh, AC, that's a good observation. Ooh. AC, thank you for the super chat. AC says, Irina's first red flag was admitting to Zach, that she forgot his birthday while Bliss was making him cupcakes. Yeah, and that's why I was so shocked that he didn't choose her. But again, in life, a lot of you are choosing the wrong people. You could have someone right under your nose remembering every single detail about you, and you choose like the whatever it is. Look, the F boy. Liz, thank you so much for the super chat. Liz says, I love the stories on this season. I really have to say this was a good season. This was a very solid season. Tyra, first of all, thank you for being a member for 13 months of the channel. And Tyra says, Kempire, my husband was a snack. Thank God. Good for you, Tyra. Good for you. I love that. I love that for you. Sherry says, Kwame was a pick-me. Okay. I have to say this. I did get those vibes from Kwame throughout the season of Love is Blind. And here's the thing. I did get that feeling because I feel like he has felt that he's had to show up and show out in everything that he's done. He's had to show, like, he plays the guitar. He has an MBA. Like, he always felt like he had to prove himself, probably to white people. So I'm thinking that's the vibe that we're all getting from Kwame, plus some other things. Exactly. Hey, Nelly. Nelly says Marshall and Brett has emotional intelligence, communication, and they are fine. And here's the thing. One of the other things that I loved after watching this reunion, seeing the three couples all traveling together, not only did they find the loves of their lives, they found friendships. And one of the very first friendships that we saw was between Brett and Marshall. And to find out that Marshall was like, Tiffany's the one for you. And him telling Tiffany, there is someone in here for you. I love their friendship. I love that not only did we get weddings out of this and real relationships and marriages, we got friendships. And as an audience, we got males talking about their feelings and feeling okay to cry. I love that. I love that. Oh, Lisa. Ooh, all right. I gotta be careful with my arm, y'all. I'm still healing. Healing. If you're just joining us, guys, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Also, if you would like to become a member of the channel, shout out to, how many members do we have now? We have well over 100 members here on the channel. So thank you to the members. If you would like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. And for everything Kempire, from our podcast, we had the video version of my conversation with Layla Lynn premiered on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to that channel and subscribe to the podcast. I am going to be working on a new episode, so stay tuned for that. And also be sure to subscribe to the Kempire Shorts channel as well. But on thekempire.com, you can get links to our podcast, links to our merchandise. Everything is available at thekempire.com. Thank you to our members, but also thank you to our King's Guards in the chat, guys. Don't forget to say hello to them. They are maintaining this to be a safe space that we can share differing opinions and feel safe sharing them. So shout out to the King's Guards. We could not do this without you guys. All right. Okay, where do I look? I've been on a rant. I haven't talked about everyone that I wanted to talk about. All right. All right. We talked about them. We talked. I already talked about these. Look. Oh, I was happy. I was happy when Bliss and Zach finally came together, and we were able to get a few episodes with their journey of coming back together. And I'm really, really happy that she didn't get in her own way, and she gave him the opportunity. And now I think I really believe that they're going to be very happy together. I really do. These two, Zach, I don't know what he was thinking when he chose Irina. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. What were you thinking? Maybe he had just been in there too long. Okay. Oh, wait. Let's talk about the infamous moment when our girl, Brett, not girl, when our girl, Tiffany, and Brett were having the conversation. He was opening up. He was sharing his emotions, and she fell asleep. I was like, here's the thing. I'm going to remind you of all those moments. You've had moments like this where you are really digging someone and you do something so silly that you feel like, oh my God, did I just ruin the possibility of this relationship going anywhere? And even I felt for her in that moment. I was like, oh shoot, is it over for? I mean, I would hope at his big age that he would not hold that against her. But apparently, it's a thing for Tiffany. The fact that her friends were like, she will fall asleep anywhere. I was like, oh, so it's a thing. Homegirl fell asleep. Okay, it would have been SC says, I thought she had narcolepsy. If that was the situation, for the love. Oh my goodness. If that was the situation, then we could understand. But I think she would have brought that up, right? In their conversations. It's so interesting when you think about them being in the pods and these folks, for us, these dates are only lasting a few moments. But some of these dates lasted for hours. So they're in the pods talking through a wall. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Latasha, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Joe, thank you so much for the super sticker. We also appreciate you for supporting the channel as well. All right. Temmie said this. Hold on. Temmie says, unpopular opinion, but I don't think any of these couples are going to last, including Brett and Tiffany. Can you expand on that, Temmie? Can you expand? Why do you say that? Look. No. There's got to be a reason why Temmie feels that way. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see everyone's reactions. Fallon says, sometimes love is a little tiring. But like I said, we don't know the time. You know what I mean? We don't know how long they had been talking. And the fact that she fell asleep, for us, it was like a moment. Like, how did she fall asleep? How did she fall asleep? Cheyenne says, I was so mad at her, but I read somewhere that it was like 11 p.m. I would have been slumped too. See, like we don't know. We're judging it based off an edited show, but they would talk for hours in these pods. And for all we know, it could have been at 1 a.m. and they had been talking for forever. And I know some of you have fallen asleep on the phone with some of your besties, some of the people that you were really interested in. All right. Before I continue, I am going to drop the call-in link for members first on the community tab. So members, I'm going to drop the link for you right now for those that want to call in and share their thoughts. Those of you that are in the live chat, how many people are even here? I don't even know. We have almost 800 people here. And let's get to 300 likes. Let's get to 300 likes and I'll drop the call-in link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on Love is Blind Season 4. I thought it was a solid season. It might be one of my favorite seasons outside of Season 1. Right? I can't barely remember Season 2 and 3, which says a lot. We did get a moment with Bartiz and his cute little baby. That was about it. Let me just drop this call-in link for the live chat. All right. Members, I'm going to drop the Senior Royals. I'm dropping the call-in link for you first. Hold on. Let's see. This is... So Netflix, if I can do this all on my own, I don't know what your problem is. And y'all have bigger staff than I do. Okay? Y'all could do better. All right? Do better. Royal Court members, I've dropped the call link for you. Team Kempire members, I'm going to drop the call-in link for you. All right. And replay crew, we still want to hear your thoughts. Let us know what you thought of this season. Is it your favorite season? How would you rate the season? Let us know where you're watching from. And let us know your thoughts on some of the biggest couples of the season. Like the situation with Zach and Irina. Or the situations with Marshall and Jackie. Sidebar, Jackie tried to drop some tea and throw Marshall under the bus during her Zoom conversation with Vanessa. Oh, he was talking to someone else. Marshall says, I went on one date after we broke up. She's literally kissing Josh maybe a day or two after we broke up. Oh, thank you so much for reminding me this, Ashley. I'm going to give it a shot. At the end of the reunion for Love is Blind, they did announce the new ultimatum version that they're putting out called Queer Love. I might be also watching what is it, Brat and Judy at some point, because I was like, look, I like representation. Oh, Thick Brown Leg says, I need Kempire. I need credit from Netflix for that muck up last night. I mean, what can they do? I mean, they're not going to give you a free month. Remember, they don't have advertisers. They don't have advertisers. So they rely on our monthly subscription, y'all. All right. If you remember the channel, guys, I posted the call link backstage on the community tab. Those of you that are in the live chat, thank you for helping us get to 300 likes. Let's get to 350. I'm dropping the call in link as per promise. Shout out to everyone. Hey, Molly. Thank you for the love. Brat and Judy's really good, according to Mindy on my TikTok. I know a lot of you have been saying that, so I might get into it. When's the new season start? I just saw the trailer. So when does that new season start? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? All right. I'll see. Some of you guys say I live for Brat and Judy. See? I've been missing out. Look, it's a lot of stuff to cover. All right. So before we get to some callers, is there anything else that I wanted to share on this season? Let me look at this cast again. Look, was there anything else that I wanted to say about these couples? I don't know. I mean, I love the fact that during the reunion, Zach spoke his truth, and I knew there had to be more about what went down with Irina. And he literally said that you were just here for television. You were just here for television. Micah got really emotional as well. I love the fact that they addressed the whole Micah and Kwame situation, because he was really torn up. And this is where I appreciated Vanessa calling out, well, Kwame, you were really tore up when that ended. But the way that they cleaned it up during the reunion, they were like, no, I was really invested in my relationship with Chelsea and no one else. Again, editing, the producers have their own narrative that they want to spin. They also want to make it seem like there's some sort of drama for the people that once liked each other and now they're with other people. This is what they're doing. Ooh, HF says Vanessa was mad when Marshall said, I know you all want me to give you a moment. And look, and I'm sure the cast of Love is Blind were sort of like, the things that you deal with reality TV, none of them are from reality TV. And I'm sure there's plenty of things that are like, the things that we've had to deal with when it comes to the editing, when it comes to social media. This is what happens when you sign your life over to a production and editors. Just saying. I mean, not Netflix. Social media folks could be a lot kinder, but it's not happening. Look, Tasha says Netflix makes 30 billion annually. They need to manage their money better and give us a break. But here's the thing. We could put that out there. They make $30 billion a year. I'm not sure if that's true. However, you see some of the stuff that they're putting out that costs billions of dollars to make. I'm just saying. I'm not working for them. I'm just saying. I twerk on the fence. Next week, I might be telling Netflix, y'all are terrible. Where's my money? Run me a check. Oh, wait, Kwame's been on. Is that why he looks familiar? What was Kwame on? Kwame does look familiar. I loved Kwame's sister. She came in for that one moment. I was just like, she's a star. She's a star. Oh, that's what we've got to talk about. Kwame's mom did finally meet Chelsea. So I thought that was really, really good because, that's another thing that he struggled with. He's just like, my mom doesn't want to be here. She's like my best friend and she doesn't accept this. Whoa, 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 Kwame. Oh my goodness. Oh, Married at First Sight. We did recap one season. First of all, it's such a large show to undertake between the 2 hours of our lives that we got to do. But I do love Married at First Sight. I do love it, but it's hard. It's a hard show to recap on a weekly basis for me in my schedule. Just saying. Oh, he was on Married at First Sight. Shut up. That changes everything. Oh, he tried out for Married at First Sight DC, but didn't make it. Okay, well, here's the thing. Look. Here I go to work on the fence. I'm going to find grace for Kwame. Here I go. Look, here I go. That says to me he's been very serious about finding his future wife. He tried out for Married at First Sight. It didn't work out for him. But that just says he's been ready. And when he explained himself about the whole, he was like pretty much a nomad for many years, and for him to settle down in Seattle, it was going to be a big adjustment for him, but it's worked out for him. Okay, Chastity says no, he wasn't selected. He auditioned. So it just says he was ready to get married. I don't know about Kwame. He's definitely not one of my favorite guys from this season. Y'all know who my favorite guys are. Shout out to, again, before we start taking callers, let me just say, shout out to my favorites. My only favorites. The only ones that I recognize from this show. Brett on the far left. Zach. Forget about Kwame. I don't even mind Paul, but he's not my favorite. And then Marshall. Those three were my favorite. Of the girls, of the women, their partner. Well, no. Because I like Chelsea. But Tiffany was my favorite. Bliss was my favorite. I like Chelsea a lot. Micah and Jackie can go. Justin, shut up. Justin says, just like Tiffany Pollard, New York, was looking for love. You just never know with reality TV who is really there to find love. If you see me on a reality show looking for a relationship, please understand. Well, if it happens right now, please understand that you need to call the authorities, and I've lost my mind because I already told you I'm not doing it. But years from now, just understand I've hit my boiling point. I'm like, no, it's time for, no, I wouldn't even do that. I'm going to hire someone. We did Love Match Atlanta, which is not coming back, which I'm very sad about. That was one of my favorite shows. Anyways, let's get to some callers, guys. If you haven't already, let's get to 400 likes. We have over 800 people watching on multiple platforms. Shout out to our friends watching on TikTok. Those of you watching on Facebook, be sure to like us on Facebook, TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, and Kempire Radio Network on Facebook. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at TheKempire and on Instagram at TheKempire as well. Foxy says, I do not like Paul. I completely understand that. I didn't hate Paul. I didn't love Paul. And then the fact that Paul was really, I feel like in this moment, Paul was trying to save Micah because he probably could have threw her under the bus and he didn't. It made me look at him a little differently. All right, let me just say thank you. Liz, thank you so much for the super chat. Liz says, this season was full of valuable lessons such as love, patience, empathy, and forgiveness. Ooh, come on, Liz. I have to say, I agree with that. Nisi, first of all, thank you so much for being a member for almost a year. Nisi says, Chelsea bothered me for some reason. She was kind of desperate. Here's the thing. In the beginning, I really, really liked Chelsea. Towards the end of the season of Love is Blind, season 4, she was becoming a little annoying. And I don't know if it was just because of the editing, but by the end of it, I was just like, and that was another reason why I was like, I don't know if he's going to say yes, because she was becoming a little too much, a little too like, oh, so are we going to have children? And that's why I was sort of like, when we finally got to the wedding and he said, I do, I was like, really? But maybe that was intentional, the way that they were playing it out. I was just like, is this what? Okay. Nisi, thank you so much for being a member. Monique, thank you so much for the super chat. Monique says, I think Zach kind of trauma bonded with Irina. Remember, he called Bliss pretentious when she said that she was better than Irina. Even though he loved Bliss, he felt safer with Irina. That makes complete sense. And he basically really summarized that during the reunion, and he had that clarity. He was scared that he was going to get his heart broken by Bliss and her family, because our family is very close. But that makes complete sense, Monique. And thank you so much for the super chat. Sherry, thank you so much for the super chat. Sherry says, forget Love is Blind. You're freaking You're freaking awesome. Thank you, Sherry. I didn't expect that, but thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let me get to the callers because the callers have been waiting patiently backstage. And then I haven't eaten dinner. It's 8 o'clock. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy day. All right. And guys, be sure to check out some of the content that you may have missed on our TikTok or here on YouTube. If your notifications aren't on or if you haven't subscribed, this is why you're missing out. I just did a whole other Latasha Scott video. She is still delusional. She's blaming everybody but herself. Be sure to check that out. And also, Quad is not coming back to Married to Medicine. Posted that video this morning, so be sure to check that out as well. Jadha says, up late Kempire. Where are you? I mean, it's getting late here, and I still haven't eaten. Let me go. Let me get to these callers. Hold on. Let me switch this out so we can get to the callers. Let me put up my disclaimer. Hold on. And guys, don't forget, tomorrow is our Tuesday takeover, which I still need to kind of do prep for y'all. Because, Tuesday takeover is full of hot topics that we're covering, including some reality TV recaps as well. That will be at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. Let's get to some callers. I'm going to bring up In My Opinion first. Hold on. What's going on, In My Opinion?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
You know I'm blessed by the best. Let me tell you something, Kempire. I'm so glad you watched it, okay? Because I was like, I cannot believe we had to deal with Irina and Micah. Like, they were the mean girls we never needed to see on TV. Like, I was just like, no.
Yeah.
Get off of my screens. And then Micah, let me tell you something. I really hate that Vanessa Lachey did this reunion because she did not ask the questions that we wanted to know, like, because she was not holding Micah. Micah sat there and gave us these tears, like she was so hurt. And I'm like, girl, it's been a year. You is not still crying over this man that you and your friends clowned in the club. Like, y'all is not crying over him. Come on now. Get off of my screens with this BS. I mean, she was sitting there crying like this happened yesterday. And I'm like, y'all dated after the show? Like, it just, you couldn't make 2 + 2 make 4 out of this. No, it just didn't make sense. But I'm hoping, let me tell you something. I'm hoping that Bliss makes it, and I'm hoping that Tiffany and Britt make it. Now, Chelsea and Kwame, I get them another year, and I don't think they're going to be together long because, let me tell you something. She just like her mama. Do you remember when he went to meet the mama?
Oh.
And she was supposed to be, finding out about him, and she kept interrupting him and trying to invert herself into it and her family. But this is what we do, and we get together every Sunday. She just kept cutting them off, and I was like, dang, that's the same thing Chelsea be doing to him. Bro, shoving strawberries down his throat and stuff. Kempire. I missed you when you was on vacation. I ain't had nobody kick you with about this. I was like, ooh.
Oh my God, but I'm glad I caught up. I'm glad.
Get you something good to eat.
Thank you.
I'm glad you finally watched it.
Good. And it was
good. You got a pretty smile on your face.
Thank you.
Thanks to all the mods. Everybody liked the video. Kempire's giving us his hard time and work. Let's like the video.
Thank you so much, In My Opinion. And I'll see you probably tomorrow.
I'll be here for Tuesday takeover. We got lots to talk about.
Oh my God, we do. All right, take care, In My Opinion.
All right, bye-bye.
Shout out to some of you guys have been around for so long. I know I haven't been around a long time, at least not on this platform, but some of these folks have been watching and calling in since the beginning. So, all right. Speaking of which, Brooklyn Star's backstage. We're going to bring her up. What's going on, Brooklyn Star?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, so from the beginning, Kwame lost me with the name thing. That's when I stopped not even caring about him, because this show is, you got to come with an open heart and an open mind. But I feel like Kwame really does have a preference for white women, and that's okay. But I feel like this show is for people who are open-minded to personalities. I think he was narrowing down. He wanted, and it's fine, he wanted a white woman. Him and Chelsea, I don't think they're going to make it. There's something's off. She really wants it, and him, I still don't know where his mind is at. I don't care what that speech was he was given. I wasn't buying it. Jackie is a bird. I don't care. We all know a girl like Jackie, if it ain't toxic, it's not real love to her, okay? And I would have loved to be a fly on the wall. I don't condone this from either of them, but I would have loved to see her reaction when he said she had a strong jawline because she seems like she thinks she's perfect. And I would have laughed because I understand he was hurt that she questioned his sexuality. So, and I'm glad that he admitted what he said so nobody could make a narrative on what he said, because I felt like that was going to be her next post. Also, Zach and Bliss, I don't believe in second chances, but in them I did. But Zach is weird. Okay, weird in a good way, but Zach always things always take a left. The owl thing is weird. I don't want to hear about stripper mom no more. I don't want to hear about like, baby. I hope Zach is in therapy because Zach is gonna hold on and tell you something over and over again. It's a little weird, weird in a good way, but he a little weird.
But they're weird together.
Yes, yeah, they are. Tiffany and Brett, I think their morals, their what they want out of life align. I think they're going to make it. I really do. Like they just have chemistry. Like I believe in it. And why they had Bartice up there? Bartice is horrible. And the way Bartice played that girl last season, talking about she wasn't his type. And did you see his baby's mother? That's all I'm going to say. He is a fool. And one last thing, Micah and Irina don't have. They're giving energy they don't qualify for, like Mean Pretty Girls. They don't qualify for one of them. I'm not judging. I'm just, you get to pick which one. But they're giving way too much energy they think too highly of themselves to treat the people the way they did. And that's all.
Thanks, Brooklyn Star.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay, there were a couple of things, and this is why I'm glad we're taking callers, because you reminded me of a couple of things. First of all, I love the fact that Vanessa Lachey pointed out to Irina, you talked about how people made fun of you and your skin and things like that, and now you're acting like this on this platform. I'm so glad someone said it, because that was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, not the girl that was, bullied becoming the bully. But although I love Brett and Tiffany, did anyone ding 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 go off when you saw how Brett reacted to the tailoring of his suit? A little diva-ish. I mean, I get it. It's his wedding day. It's being filmed for millions of people. But I was just sort of like, are we okay? I mean, I also want to know his sign. Is he a Virgo? If he's a Virgo, I will forgive him, because then I'm like, that's just Virgos. Virgos, come on. Shh. I'm an earth sign too. I ain't a Virgo though. Moving on. Sweetie? Like Sweetie? I think I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. Sweetie, are you there?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
It's Sweetie. I've called in before.
Okay.
I've called in before, but this season was a really good season. Let's talk about Kwame. He had the nerve to wear African pendant on the reunion. I was like, okay, boy, you don't even want to go by Kwame, but you want to wear African pendant, talking about you're from Ghana and this, but you don't even want to rep your name. I feel like I like Chelsea, but I don't like Chelsea is good, but like Kwame is not good for her. I don't know if that makes sense. And she's a Taurus, like
shut up.
And he's an Aries.
Oh, that's not gonna work. I mean, I love Aries, and Aries, and we get along very, like, some of my best friends are Aries.
Yeah.
I wouldn't date one though.
Yeah. So that was, off-putting. Micah and Irina, y'all want to be like victims so bad, but y'all were the biggest bullies of. I've never seen anything like that on Love Is Blind. Like most of the time, they're like, friends back in, their little area, the living quarters or whatever. So it's kind of weird. And it was reversed in the men's, like all the black men were like hyping each other up. Apparently Marshall told Brett, like, hey, that's your girl over there. Like, I try to talk to her, but, we just not aligned,
Mm-hmm.
And then I really did not like that Jackie and Josh were not at the reunion.
Yeah.
Marshall even said, like, I'm getting slighted again. Like, I'm talking to myself,
Yeah.
But he seemed a little too perfect. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, too perfect. Because, like, okay, why are y'all fighting behind the cameras? But, like, when the cameras are on, it's like there is this weirdness going on that we could not catch on.
Mm-hmm.
And if your dad was sick, she said her dad was sick, he had cancer or whatever,
Oh.
like tell us so we can feel that for you. But like you're just crying, going ballistic. It's just like, okay, I don't understand. Zach is a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. But I do like Bliss. And what else? What else did I want to say? What are the other couples? Oh, Tiffany and Brett. Tiffany and Brett. Tiffany and Brett. They're Scorpios. Both of them are Scorpios. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that works. Hello, I'm the product of 2 Scorpios.
Yes, yes. So I think, you know, and then a side note, Vanessa annoys me at these reunions because she does not go in the way she should.
Okay.
She's very overhyped. Like Nick is too calm.
He barely
Like,
talks.
He's like too calm. He doesn't get a word in. And Vanessa's just like, yep. And it's like, I'm listening to Vanessa more than I'm listening to the people on the show. And you keep talking about this Love is Blind baby. Bartiz did not create the Love is Blind baby. You know, that's side. Let it happen. The more you want it, it will not come. But that's just my tea on it.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in, sweetie. Take care.
All righty.
Bye. All right. Tiffany's a Sagittarius, people are saying. Okay, wait, I saved something here. Hold on. First of all, let me just say thank you, Contessa, for the super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you. In my opinion, thank you so much for the super chat. In my opinion says, Jackie should have been there to get all the smoke. I got her as soon as she turns on them. Look, no, in my opinion. Toxic in a bad way. Just my opinion. No, leave her alone. Here, as soon as she turns those comments back on, I can't. Okay, so Jay Brooks says Tiffany's a Sagittarius, Brett is a Scorpio, Zach is an Aries, and he's an attorney. That makes perfect sense. Bliss is a Libra. That works. In a way. Irina is a Scorpio. Chelsea's a Taurus. Kwame is an Aries. Jackie is a Capricorn. Really? I don't get Capricorn from her, but okay. Look. I feel like we're missing someone from this group here. You know, for those of you that are new to our channel, we love to talk signs here on the channel. All right. Let me say thank you, Becca, for the super chat. Becca says, thank you for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel as well. Thank you. And thank you to those of you that support the channel via Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or just by liking the video, because that helps, and by engaging in the comment section. Shout out to the replay crew. Please feel free to leave a comment on all of what we've said, your thoughts on the season of Love is Blind Season 4. I'm going to get to some more callers, and then we're going to wrap this up because it's almost 9 o'clock and a brother has not eaten dinner yet. Can you believe it? Well, it would have been later if I ate dinner before. Okay. Thank you, Contessa, for the super chat. Contessa says, I think Micah wanted Kwame more than Paul. Plot twist. What do you guys think? I had that thought when I was watching the reunion. I was just like, Especially when they were talking, when Kwame and Chelsea were talking, I was just like, I'm looking at her reactions. I was like, And her kept on saying, and her constantly saying, oh, I'm really happy for them and they're a good place now. I was like, don't thou protest too much. Okay. Oh, Kempire, Marshall is a Virgo. I'm sorry, Marshall. And this is why it's important to see someone's full chart. Okay. We can't just go by, their sun signs. Marshall is a Virgo and Paul is a Libra. So Paul and I would get along. Marshall and I would get along too. Interesting. All right, let me get to the callers, guys. Stop talking to me. All right, Catherine, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Catherine?
Nothing much. And in my opinion, I completely support you in getting Jackie in
No,
get her.
No. I will drop you, Catherine. No. Focus.
No, I'm focused. Because Jackie was such a troll. And when she said, when she signed off that maybe she needs therapy, she should have been getting therapy instead of getting that little boy. Like, that was just such a mess. I mean, I'm glad that, I guess that they're still together, but that was just such a mess. And Marshall reminds me nothing of one of my exes, and that is just a mess in itself. But the fact that she has me cheering on somebody that reminds me of my ex is just a whole mess in itself. But the reason why I came on in the first place is that, does anybody else realize that Micah is Micah's friend, the one
Oh, Shelby.
that came? Yes, Shelby. That she was indeed the true villain. Like, she had the two best friends, the one that came to meet Paul. Like, one came to meet Paul in just a nice like white tee and like jeans, and then Shelby came to meet Paul in like a slip mini dress, and like wanted all the smoke. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, how you come to meet your best friend's man in like a mini dress? And she's just like, I don't think he'll ever be right for you. Like, I just want the best for you. And like, I just want you. And I'm just like, girl, like, do you want her for yourself? Like, I'm confused. Like, what is this energy that you're putting forth? I'm confused. Like, I want the true tea with Shelby and Micah. Like, I want that story.
Okay. Or maybe she's
Like,
just a hater.
And you know what, Cam? Two things can be true. But she did nothing but smile and smile once homeboy said no. And again, that just leads me to my last point. Why were the men more likable in this whole show than the women? Like, at the reunion, the men were taking accountability. They were just like, you know what? I'm so sorry that like I made you feel this way. And I just felt like the women were just, I mean, aside from Tiffany and Bliss, like, I like them. I wish them nothing but success. But like, the women just gave me ick.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Catherine, for calling in.
You have a good one.
You
Get
too.
you something to eat.
Thank you. All right. Everyone, please pay attention to the timer, because I do want to go get me something to eat. Okay, but before I end the callers, I'm going to take all these callers. Donna's been waiting patiently backstage. But you callers are reminding me of parts that I wanted to talk about, like the friends. Shelby, trash. So when I make this next comment, I'm not talking about Shelby. I'm talking about all the other friends. Those moments with the friends, when they met the friends and the friends getting really emotional, like, this is my best friend. This person deserves the best. I was like, damn, I wonder if my friends would talk about me the way that they are talking about these people. I was like, beautiful, beautiful friendships. Hold on to those friends, because you're going to need them if these relationships fall apart. I'm kidding. Whoa, I'm kidding. All right, let me get to the callers. Donna, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Donna?
Well, hello, Kempire.
How are you?
I am excellent. This is my first time calling in. I got the nerve to do it, and we're going to get over the little anxiety and go ahead with it. I've been waiting for your take on this show.
Thank you.
Yeah, your opinion, you bring it across so well, and I love the way you speak. And like, you do give us the opportunity to have different opinions, but let's get into this. Oh my goodness. First of all, Micah never wanted Paul to begin with, I don't believe. She wanted Kwame the whole time. And then when they met in Mexico, did you see how they just lit up with each other? It totally both.
So why did she choose
never
him?
lit up with Paul that way.
Well, why did she choose him then?
I think it's almost like when Jackie was saying it's who she needed. Sometimes you go for what you need and you try to make that change. And I believe she just went for what she felt was going to be completely right for her in the end, even though she wasn't making the choice she wanted for her heart, if that makes sense.
Oh, that does. Okay.
That's what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fantastic season. Can I just say, can Tiffany and Brett please adopt me? I just want to be their child.
I mean, I get it. Look, I get it. They're a great couple. They were my favorite.
Yes, seeing their wedding, the families coming together, the strong black men around him,
Mm.
his friends that were introduced. I know we all keep talking about how great black love is, but it really was beautiful to see. As y'all hear, my steak is done. That's what's beeping. So go get you one. Thanks for the special time here. I will call in again. You rock.
Thank you so much, Donna. Take care. Bye.
Appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Appreciate you guys. Not the steak is ready. The steak is ready, and now I'm hungry. My gosh. Hold on. And I'm so glad that Donna said what she said, because then I saw this comment from Sherry. Can we talk about Brett's family being unapologetically them? The brother's hair and the father's love and support. And I just, I said this to myself as I'm watching this. I said, black people can't help but be funny. Just look at the black family. We don't even try. Even Kwame's sister, we just come in. And I'm so glad we're talking about it. And for those that wonder, why are you guys always talking about black love? Because for so long, it goes all the way back to slavery, okay? Yes, it does. The fact that we didn't grow up with a lot of these examples on our televisions or in our lives, some of us, that when we see it, we're like, oh, it's beautiful. It doesn't mean that we don't look Kwame and Chelsea, beautiful. But when we see like a Tiffany and Brett, it's like, oh, just saying. For those, because I know they're, we have a mixed audience, because I know some of you that are not black are wondering, like, why are y'all always talking about? That's why, okay? All right. In my opinion, thank you for the super chat. In my opinion, it says, I am a Scorpio. I didn't realize you were a Scorpio. I must have forgot. We love hard, but when you cross me, it's a wrap. Jackie got it coming for all of us Kempies. I like it. Oh my God, Scorpios. I've been trying to defend you, Scorpios. Don't make it bad for me. AC, thank you so much for the super chat. AC says, Kwame to me just wanted TV time. When the other guys brought their real friends to the fitting, he brought another pod guy. Suspect to me. Here's the thing, though. If Marshall had not made it as far as he did, I'm sure not Kwame. I'm sure Brett would have brought Marshall. They were sharing space for a while. I'm just saying. Here I go twerking on the fence, but you never know. Maybe you're right, AC. Maybe I'm a little too Disney fairy tales. Okay, maybe. Zoe, where have you been? Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. Zoe says Michael went with Paul because it was racially safe. Oh, then there's that. The plot thickens. This is why I like having these conversations with you guys. You're giving me all new thoughts. Okay. I am going to get to some more callers, guys, in just a second. Let me just say, Thick Brown Legs, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Kempire, why is Josh a Gemini? June 13th. I'm not claiming him at all. Geminis love me too. And not in like a romantic way, maybe that too. But they gravitate to me and I'm like, leave me alone. Anyways, all right. Tiffany, Camry, and Amy will be the last callers for tonight because as I said to you guys before, it's already 8:30 and I'm hungry. I'm a Taurus. There we go. All right. I'm going to bring up Tiffany first. What's going on, Tiffany?
Oh my gosh, it's my first time calling in.
Hey.
Okay, so hi. So I don't see it for Paul. There's something off about him. Maybe he's just too analytical, but I think it was really rude. No matter how we feel about Mike, I think it was really rude what he said about her, not seeing her as a mother and not wanting to marry her today or in 10 years. But then you date her afterward. Like, how does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Good point.
and I don't think that she needs to get dragged anymore because I think she took accountability, whereas Irina made an excuse for every action she made. And with Jackie, some people were saying she didn't show up because she was getting death threats, and that was the reason.
Oh.
But I also heard that they think that the producers asked her to not come because it was supposed to be live, and she's like a wild card. They can't edit her.
Oh.
And and then in that like little pre-recorded interview, when they said they just moved in, they're taking things slow or whatever, but she was posting all crazy over social media, cussing people out and saying that she and Josh got married. So I don't know what is it. And then she had to delete it. So yeah.
Do you believe they got married?
I don't know. I don't know. But I will say that I do like, I mean, it had the most drama this season, but it also had the most love, the most married couples. And even if you want to count Jackie, there was a couple there too. But, um, and they got Kwame's hairline together as well.
Someone just asked in the chat, did he get something done? Can I get it done too? Because I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
If I show up here with hair, just act normal, everyone.
Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Thanks, Tiffany. Take care. Tiffany dropped some tea though. And you guys, and this is why I'm glad we're taking calls, because you're reminding me about parts that look, this is 13 episodes to recap. It's hard. It's hard. I get why, a lot of people just break them down, but no, I can't. I don't have the time. Just saying. Deborah says, sorry, Paul was speaking facts about Micah. Sorry, not sorry. I also feel like there is more to that story, more that we didn't see. But I still do think that Paul was a little weird. And did he go below the belt by saying that about Micah? Yeah. But I really thought they were going to get married, especially because he said that, Micah reminded him of his mom. And his mom was lovely. Maybe in a few years. I don't know. All right, Camry, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Camry?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey.
So I had a list, but these amazing callers have said pretty much everything that I want to say.
Oh.
Paul is not slick. Paul, there is something very sneaky about him. I didn't trust anything he said. He never gave any real reasons for loving Micah. I think they asked him, what do you see in Micah? And he said she's the bare minimum of a wife. Who says that? Like, he was not it. I cannot ride with Paul, and I can dislike Paul just as much as I dislike Micah and Irina. Micah was never choosing Kwame because his name was Kwame. And I hate to say it. It is what it is. I mean, I think she liked him, but I think that at the end of the day, that was never just going to be a real choice for her. And then lastly, I know we can't get with the Zach situation because he chose Irina first. But we all have self-sabotage. We can think of a relationship, and we chose somebody who just, we thought we qualified for that. We didn't think we needed better at that time. So I'm going to give him a little grace. Don't F it up with Bliss, though, because I love her. And that's all. Love your channel.
Thank you, Camry. Take care. Here's the thing, and it's true. Some of you are currently choosing the Irina, or you're currently choosing a Jackie in your lives right now, and you know it. Look. And look. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Come on now, let's be honest. We are all on our soapbox right now, judging these people on a reality show. But if we put a camera in your life, all right. Last and definitely not least, Amy is here. What's going on, Amy?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey.
Listen, I didn't watch this whole series, but I've been getting clips online. I want to ask, do you think that Kwame would qualify for being transracial?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, they said when you believe that you're something in your brain versus your outer shell.
Dolezal? What?
Yeah, she's transracial. That's who created the term. So I would think, and then I was like, wouldn't it be weird if they ever asked him, would he date himself? You know, they asked you that. Would you date yourself? What would he say? That's what I was thinking. And then the Jackie girl, I looked at her thing. She's a certified dental assistant. There was nothing wrong with that. But I feel like she's just kind of floating. She doesn't have she's kind of lost in this world. So I think that's why she does stuff so sporadically and crazy. Because if I tell somebody I don't want them, I would think that the natural response would give back the ring. But the fact that she responded with no, I was like, this girl was a little lost. And I just look at it like she's not fully baked. And she needs some time to figure out what she wants. She's too young to be in that process. Yeah. But she's like 27. I think that all of them need to be a little bit older. Some of these people do not know who they are to even be in a relationship.
Or get married.
So that's what I was thinking when I was watching it. I don't think we should burn down her, she's 27. She'll figure it out when she's older. If you don't like somebody, it's how you carry yourself and what you do at the end of it that shows your character. So she looked pretty hot mess at this point. But I'm going back to watch a couple of episodes, but I just thought about that with Kwame. I was like, I wonder how he would respond if someone asked him would he date himself, because I really don't think he likes himself. That's just me.
Well,
Okay,
apparently, and a few other people.
okay. So I'm done.
All right. Thanks, Amy, for calling in. All right. Shout out to everyone that called in. We do appreciate you guys. And shout out to all of you that sent in super chats. Let me just read some of the ones that you guys have sent in. Sherry, thank you for the super chat. Sherry says, this is the best YouTube channel, fun host and group. Thank you, Sherry. And shout out to our King's Guards. They make it a fun, a live chat as well. Wendy, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Wendy sent another super chat. Wendy says, Jackie gives Capricorns a bad name. She really does. Because I know some of you don't like Capricorns, but I haven't really met a Capricorn that I'm like, oh my God, they're terrible people. In my opinion, thank you so much for the another super chat. In my opinion, it says Micah is not resolved from her actions. Paul thought about all he went through and said, I deserve better. And I feel like there was a lot that we were missing from the Paul and Micah situation. And that's part of the reason why it didn't make sense to any of us when he made that decision. And she clearly knew. For her to tell him to go first, she clearly knew that he had heard from Zach. Look, because Zach got the tea, and he shared the tea on this show. Guys, don't forget, Rose Forever is a proud sponsor of our platform for Mother's Day. Mother's Day is right around the corner. Don't forget, you can get $25 off when you use the hold on, there we go. The Rose Forever discount code for Kempire 25 for $25 off. Roses that will last you nearly forever, at least a year. And you know we have some here in the back here, and you know we had some for Valentine's Day. Be sure to check out the link in the description, or just head on over to roseforever.com and use the discount code Kempire25 for $25 off. It works for all of you that are watching on TikTok, those of you watching on Facebook, those of you that are watching on Twitch and Twitter as well. Thank you in advance for supporting the channel any way that you can. You can support also by liking the video. We have quite a few people still in here that may have not liked the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We hit 261,000 subscribers today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all on TikTok for the follows and for the taps. We appreciate you. And the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And wait, hold on. Oh, what? Monami, like the production company? Kempire, did you see Paul's booty tap? What is that? What's a booty tap? Please explain. Look, what's a booty tap? All right, let me get out of here, y'all. Again, thank you to our King's Guards. We could not do this without them. Everyone in the live chat, be sure to thank them. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, we will be live for our Tuesday takeover. We're going to be talking about 90 Day Fiance. We're going to continue our conversation on Love is Blind. I'm sure I will have more thoughts. We're going to talk about Frank Ocean's major flop at the Coachella situation. Also, Fire Festival's coming back. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. All right. Oh, he touched one of the. Okay, Paul. I was like, what booty tap? I was like, what y'all talking about? He touched Micah's friend's butt. Okay. All right, Paul. We were trying with you, but at this point. Anyways, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Everyone have a great rest of your Monday. I can't believe it's Monday. Be sure to check out some of the content that you may have missed here on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook or our short content on Instagram and Reels. Everything is at The Kempire, or head on over to TheKempire.com for all of our social media, merchandise, podcasts, all the things. You can even watch us live on TheKempire.com. All right. Thank you all for being here. Let's get out of here with some good music. Hold on. What do I want to play? Oh, this is perfect. Bye, y'all.
Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, no. I just want you to know. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing on her. I just want to know something you and me, You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, You both got my best life, yeah. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll ask you. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.